Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we're going to make some plywood signage. I've been showcasing a lot of live edge and Corian custom signage that we do here at CNCKing.com, but another option a lot of people don't think about is actually plywood. There's a lot of advantages to plywood over, let's say, Corian and live edge. The first one is the cost. Plywood costs a fraction of the price of pretty much anything else with the same strength and size characteristics as plywood. The other advantage to plywood is that when it comes to shipping, it's just shipping plywood. It doesn't weigh that much by comparison to the other materials. And there's almost no possibility of it actually getting damaged during shipping as well. Because during what we do is, this one is actually a double sign that the customer wants to cut in half. But if I was shipping this out like this, I would just put a thin sheet of maybe 1/8 or 3mm MDF over the front and the back, just to protect it in case somebody hits it with a hammer or something during the mail delivery. But the nice thing about plywood is that it doesn't weigh very much to ship. Very little can go wrong. And when it comes to production-wise, you have all the flexibility of any other material, but without a lot of the additional production costs, because it's a very less dense material than most hardwoods and also Corian. And what that means is that we can machine out the cutouts a lot cheaper than for a harder material. When it comes to plywood design options, they're as limitless as any other material. There's no real difference. This sheet here could easily have been Corian. It could have easily been a hardwood like a whole walnut sheet. Could have been live edge, could have been anything. So there's a mix and match of different material options, and it's totally up to you as to what you want us to do with it. In this case here, we cut all the way through using a router. And as you can see here, some pieces are very, very loose. And that's on purpose because the customer is going to put a backing onto this. And what that means is they might want to keep this or they might want to get rid of it. It's up to them. But at least when I ship something like this here, there's very little possibility of it getting damaged, rather than having, let's say, a huge hole here where somebody could maybe punch through the MDF or whatever happens. Mailmen are kind of funny. Sometimes stuff gets broken and you're like, how did they manage to do that? Now there's two kinds of tabs. The very thin ones here, which most likely will be thrown out. So I wanted to give the customer a very easy way to remove them. You just press them with your finger and they come right off. These ones here, as you can see here, are a lot thicker. And again, for the customer, if they don't want that and they just want a complete zero, or I guess Odin, so that'd be an O, cut out, they just use a jigsaw. It comes right off, no problem at all. But if they decide to keep it, well then they have something strong enough that they can carry around at different trade shows. So when it comes to custom plywood signage, your options are totally endless, as is the size. We can also make these in tiles if you want, or big lettering. So let's say you wanted a huge letter D, you know, that was 3 feet by 2 feet, whatever you want. We can make that just as easily as a sign. So custom plywood signage, contact me at CNCKing.com. Any thickness, any size, anything you want us to cut, we'll do it for you.